Welcome in, everybody. It is, what? Is it Tuesday? Wednesday? Thursday? I've got no idea what day it is, but we're edging closer to the signing of Max Johnston. We've obviously had Travis pop up this afternoon, which is obviously a really nice bit of news to come our way. And what else can we say, really? We're in a good position. Travis is now in the building. Johnston is going to be in the building in a case of a few days. Obviously, not so much right now, but we will sort of wait and see sort of how that goes. I do think it's one that will come over the course of the next 24 hours. I'm not going to sort of beat around the bush on that one. But we are edging closer and we're going to put ourselves in a really, really good position for me. Now, let's welcome everybody in. Welcome in Banana under one. Welcome in, mate. Welcome in, Richard. Hope you are okay. Obviously, those of you who are in the chat, feel free to let me know your thoughts and questions down in the comment section. I do try to get to every single one of them. And I think I do quite a good job, to be honest with you. Lewis, you're right. Hopefully, no salty Blackburn fans in this stream. We will wait and see. We will wait and see. They probably will turn up at some point. You know what the Blackburn fans are like. No teaser yet, so I'm assuming that Johnston isn't coming at 6. Yeah, I get the impression that isn't coming at 6 o'clock today, but it may come a little bit later on in terms of may come at 7, may come at 8. We're not entirely sure right now. It may even be one that they do first thing tomorrow morning. So don't count your chickens before they hatch. Let's put it that way. But we're definitely heading in the right direction towards Derby County having a really good squad going. What a signing Travis is. We'll slot straight into that holding role with with Ozo, sorry, not with Ibu. We'll get into him in a minute, and I completely agree with you. Obviously, if you are over on TikTok, make sure you hit like, hit follow. Let me know your thoughts in the comments over there as well. This is my TikTok camera. This is YouTube and Twitch. But let's get into some of these comments then. Travis, good signing, and Johnston will be amazing too. I think we will get one more in a winger too. So you're expecting one and a winger, or a winger as one more? Mark, let me know in the comments. It's great Travis is secured and maybe Johnston. However, IMO, it's looking unlikely we'll secure a winger before deadline day. We're going to have to wait and see on that winger talk. It's obviously a situation that has been sort of up and down across the course of the transfer window. There's not necessarily been any massive sort of talks in regards to wingers and things like that, which is obviously a little bit disappointing. Will Johnston be announced today? I'm not 100% sure, Dylan, mate. Obviously, I'd like to say so, but I'm not entirely sure. I won't lie. But yeah, in terms of winger, there's not a great deal of conversation going on behind the scenes with that, which in my opinion needs to happen. We need to sort of see that movement, but obviously right now we don't have it, but it may come. All right, Lewis, evening all. Welcome in, Diesel. Hope you're okay, mate. Hope you are okay. Appreciate the heart, MH. Hope you are okay, mate. Hope you are okay. Have to say, the stream earlier was proper funny. The salty Blackburn fans on TikTok made it even better. Absolutely, it's incredible. It's incredible. I've never known a group of fans hate a player so much but not stop talking about him. It is unbelievable. Waiting for the Blackburn fans. They'll be here soon enough, Jake. They'll be here soon enough. Score prediction for Grimsby United. Realistically, we're looking at, I think it's probably going to be 3-0 United, to be honest. After Johnston, we need a winger. Yeah, I agree with that, Mark. I agree with that. With all the money we have now, why didn't we compete for Phillips at only 3 million? I think it was to do with his wages, Tim, if I'm completely honest. Trav, not bad. Awful attacking, but good leader. Yeah, we don't even need him for the attacking side of things, to be honest, Ollie. So I think we're in a decent position with bringing him in. He adds what we need, if that makes sense. Do you think we can get by without a winger if we end up getting a winger in January instead? I'll be completely honest. I think we can get by without a winger. I think we'll end up playing a 3-4-3, if I'm honest with you. What do you think we should do with Blackett Taylor? I love him, just can't stay fit. That is the problem. Very, very good, just doesn't stay fit. All good, thanks, mate. Think Max Johnston is having or already had his medical efficient confirmation. Yeah, that's the news I've got as well, Diesel. Welcome in, Laura. Hope you're okay. Does anybody know who the investors are? Heard it might be Red Bull. I think the Red Bull stuff is fake, so don't believe the Red Bull stuff. How close is Johnston to signing? Believe he's undergoing his medical right now. Are the Blackburn fans back? Are the Blackburn fans back? I don't know right now. Impressed with Ward so far. Yeah, he started well. Can't lie. Annoyed went to you, but good luck. Appreciate that. Will be fine. Brewster can play wide. Same with Vyman. Yeah, you have got that. Brewster could play on the wing. He can. So can Clark as well, to be fair. Where do you think Portsmouth will finish? 15th. First Blackburn fan in. Yeah, any updates on Johnston? Undergoing his medical at the moment. Undergoing his medical. Yeah, so that is the latest on Johnston. He's currently undergoing his medical. Obviously, I know the chat and screen all says about transfer centre, but genuinely, we can talk about anything in here. It doesn't have to be football or anything like that. Just let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments. Can be anything, literally anything. Who are we saying for left wing position or wingers / wing forwards? They're looking at Sergi Canos, but no, nothing is sorted right now, if that makes sense. Appreciate the follow, Max Johnston. How much did we pay for Johnston? Johnston is about 4 million all in once signed. Appreciate the follow, Shane. Hope you're okay, mate. Who are our targets? Seen news for a few, but not sure. The main one we're looking at the moment is Sergi Canos, mate. Sergi Canos is the latest one at the moment. In terms of left winger, Sergi Canos, think when he comes back, CBT will be superb. If he can stay fit, absolutely. Isn't the investors that one American granddad who founded Home Depot? I hope it's that guy because he's absolutely loaded, but ultimately I'm not sure. I don't know who the investors are, I'm not going to lie. Give LG Travel a shout out. I'm a travel agent. Yeah, my girlfriend, everybody, is a travel agent. You can find her over on LG Travel on Facebook, and I think it's on Instagram as well. So make sure you head on over there. Was that guy who said Johnston was having a medical reliable? Yes, Richard. He's given all the news reports for Max Johnston. Who are our targets? C answered that one. Derby definitely in need of a winger. With pace, completely agree. I reckon it's Appleby for investment. Maybe. Has it been confirmed someone's invested? Nothing's confirmed yet, but it's on the way. What do you think of Clark last night? I thought he was fairly good last night. I think the Dobra rumours his agent talk, Caleb, to be honest with you. I've not made a video on it yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to be fair. Could end up with Turkey, Al Sheikh. He's been interested in buying a champion. I think he wants Bristol City. If it's Sergi Canos from his Brentford days, if we were to get him, we'd have... Yeah, completely agree. I think 3, Johnston and 2 more. But obviously, anything can change, anything can happen. Will Adjumang be fit for Saturday? I believe he's back in training. Who do you think will be relegated from the Championship? So the 3, I think I put Charlton, Sheffield Wednesday, and Hull. I think I said maybe Preston. What is Johnston a goalie? No, he's a right back. Don't see why we don't try and get Dejon Brown. He's got an offer from Saudi, I believe. He's got an offer from Saudi. Who is the rumour that's investing? There's no name with the rumour at the moment. We need wingers. Yeah, we do. We definitely do. What have I missed? Adjumang and Selson back in training today, confirmed by Lee Curtis. Yeah, I thought that was the vibe they were going with in terms of those two. Brown and Osborne Scar on loan. Yeah, I think they will before the end of the window. Derby close to signing Dane Scarlett from Spurs. I don't think that deal makes any sense for us, to be quite honest. I'm not going to lie. We will take a look, of course. If that is true, let me take a search. Dane Scarlett. Let's have a look then, shall we? Let's have a look at Mr. Dane Scarlett. Appreciate the follow, IB. Hope you're okay. Thought Osborne had a great game last night. I just don't think he's good enough. Championship top 2 predictions. I said Ipswich and Southampton, but I'm not quite sure about Ipswich anymore. I've heard of that today. We'll take a look. Brown just been announced at Port Vale. Let's take a look. Port Vale. Let's have a look then. Let's have a look at Port Vale. That's a great move. That is an unbelievable move for Dejon Brown. That is out. That is very good. That is very good. That is unreal. When's Johnston being announced? I think tomorrow. I think tomorrow. Right, let's give this news of Dejon Brown. Hello, I'm a Belgian. I'm a Club Bruges fan. Welcome in, mate. Hope you're okay. Well, now El Canoes isn't going, we should be top 2. Yeah. Is Brown gone permanent? I'm just having a look now. Let's take a look at Dejon Brown. Let's take a look at this link. Dejon Brown is a Valiant. We are delighted to announce the loan sign. It's a loan. It is a loan. Van Ewijk from Cov to Wolfsburg. That's a decent move for Cov. We are delighted to announce the loan signing of Derby County striker Dejon Brown. Appreciate the follow, Wim. Welcome in. Who becomes our 10th new addition. The Jamaican under-23 international joins the Valiants for the duration of the 2025-26 season. This is going to be very, very interesting. Dejon Brown has gone to Port Vale on loan. Dejon Brown has joined Port Vale on loan. That is a very good move. I think Darren Moore's in charge there, isn't he? I'm not entirely sure. You can correct me on that in the comments if I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure Darren Moore's in charge. Looks like a few more will go. Squad is too big. Yeah, I agree. Appreciate the follow, Matt. Welcome in. Dejon Brown never really given an opportunity. Yeah, and he certainly won't get one now. Rooney needs a loan. Yeah, I'd love to see Rooney go out. In fairness, Blackett Taylor is due back in 3 or 4 weeks. He is. He's not that far away. Think Osborne will go out on loan to League One side, like Sonny Bradley, potentially. Loan, he'll be playing under Darren Moore. Good manager, completely agree. Season-long loan for Dejon. Are Port Vale in League 2 or are they League 1? I bet they're League 1, aren't they? Derby are now Blackburn's second team. Does that mean Bristol City are now Derby's second team NGB? Let me know your thoughts on that one, because they've got about 5 of our players. Any updates on Canos? No, there's no update on Canos at the moment. Brown played yesterday, yes. Yeah, it is a season-long loan, Diesel. Who's Travis went to? Joined Derby County, mate. Joined Derby County. Do you think Ward will go? I think there's a possibility if we don't get a winger in. That's my opinion. Thought Brown would go National League or League 2, but League 1, that's massive for him. I'm not surprised he's gone League 1, if I'm honest. I think he's got a really good chance of having a good season at League 1, I'm not going to lie. Any updates on Canos? Not at the moment, nothing new at the moment. Dane Scarlett, it's something that's been mentioned, but obviously I haven't seen anything. What team do you support? Derby County, mate. I think that move is amazing for him. Yeah, I agree. Can Wilson play right wing? Yes, he can. Great to hear Dage getting a loan. Yeah, I've said this whole summer that he needs a loan. I've said all summer. I said it towards the back end of last season that with Dejon Brown, he needed that opportunity to go and play consistent games. For me, you want Dejon Brown getting 30 starts a season. That's what you want. You want him to be getting 30 starts. Because that's the only way he's going to learn and develop for me. So we're going to have to wait and see. All quiet on Owen Beck. He's not even getting a mention. He's out until after the international break. That's why, mate. Do you think... what's happening with Johnston? Undergoing his medical. Do you think Johnston will be getting 20k plus a week? Well, he's set to become one of the most expensive and highest wage right backs in the division. So it's definitely a possibility. Definitely a possibility. He's been brought in as a right back, so Wilson on right wing makes sense. Yeah, it does. I could have seen Dejon Brown reuniting with Paul Warne at MK Dons, to be fair, but well in for him. But do you know something? I don't think Eustace would have wanted him with Paul Warne. And this is nothing against Paul Warne, but the way Eustace wants to play is nowhere near the way Paul Warne plays. So for me, I couldn't see that move, if that makes sense. Thinks Johnston will be on 18k a week. I think our highest paid player is 20k, so I'm not entirely sure. If Dage goes well on loan at Port Vale, could potentially sign there on a permanent. I don't know about that one, if I'm honest. Will Johnston and Travis play Saturday? Travis probably, Johnston not quite sure. Depends if he trains. When's Owen Beck back? After the international break. Eustace could do a back 3, Langas, Sanderson, Clark. Johnston and Elder either side, or Johnston and Beck could certainly happen. Up the Rams welcoming Connor. Hope you are okay, mate. Brown going Port Vale. Yep, that's been announced, mate. I'd like to see another good centre-back come in, but I don't necessarily think we need a centre-back, if I'm honest. I think Derby played better last night, completely agree. I'm a Derby fan, Freddie. When is Patrick fit? Patrick's fit now. He's back in training. Who's getting paid 20k? The rumour is that Johnston is going to be the highest paid right back in the division in terms of certain teams. I'm assuming it's non-parachute payment teams. So that would put him on like 20k. But for Derby, I think it's Osborne who's our highest paid player, to be honest. Travis to score against his old team on Saturday could happen. You're right there, Lewis. Warren ball wouldn't suit Brown, in all fairness. And to be fair, when Warren had the opportunity to play Brown, he didn't. So, evening, Lewis. Welcome in, McLovin. Hope you're okay, mate. They just said on Radio Derby, yeah. When is Johnston being confirmed? I'd imagine the next 24 hours, Stephen. Sorry. Brown playing under Darren Moore. We're doing the world of good. I agree. Finally, a signing happened on live stream, just not for Derby, though, but Rams related at least. Yeah, completely agree. Trav, you like the edit? Is that the one that I was in the other day? Hang on. Let me check. Is this the edit that I thought it was? I don't know, maybe. What's your best 11? Zetterstrom in goal. Back four will be, at the moment, it's Wilson, Langas, Clark and Beck. Midfield 3, Ozo, Travis and Brewster as the 10. Clark on the left. At the moment, it'd be Jackson on the right with Morris up front. Kenzo not going to get a sniff. I don't think this changes Kenzo's position, to be honest. Osborne, highest paid player, but yeah, agree. I think Osborne will go. When's Langas and Nelson back? Langas should be during the international break. Nelson's a couple of weeks after. The one I made on BRFC. Did I repost it? Did I repost it, Louis? I'm pretty sure I did, didn't I? Yeah, it was a good edit. Oldia, higher. Osborne on 20k. Oh, apparently so, yes. Yeah, not bad. Just had a gorgeous chicken tikka for dinner. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm all doing all good. Who else do we reckon will be leaving Derby? I think Rooney, Ward and Osborne will be the 3 to go before deadline day. How many goals do you think Dej will get on loan at Port Vale? If Dej starts 30 games, I think 10 goals. 30 games, 10 goals, I think. I think I did. Let me. Can you comment on that account in the chat, Louis? I'll see if I've seen it. You think Adams will be a starter in a month or so? I don't, to be honest. Do you think there is investment coming? I think something's already happened, to be honest. Osborne needs to go. Can't play 2 games in a week. Agree. All players in their prime. Who's your Derby best 11? McLovin, are we doing Derby best 11 from my lifetime? Or are we doing Derby best 11 in general? Because I'd prefer to do lifetime. With signing Travis, I think Adams' position is under threat. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Adams moved on. I'm not going to lie. This is a bit of a bold shout, but I think Travis should have the armband. Very good leader. We'll drink on that one. I don't disagree. Let's put it that way. Interestingly, Derby haven't announced the Brown loan on their website or Twitter. Yeah, that is a surprise, actually. Let me have a look. Is there anything? I'd say in my lifetime. Right, okay. So, some will be obvious. Some will probably be a little bit less. But if we go best 11, then let's look at best 11. I don't want Ibu to get dropped and leave. To be fair, I wouldn't have an issue with Ibu being dropped or leaving. For the right price, obviously. So, in terms of best 11 in my lifetime, Scott Carson between the sticks. My back 4 would probably be Andre Wisdom 13-14, Keogh, Tamori, Fozzie at left back, a midfield 3 of Thorne, Hughes and Mount, Brighton honourable mention. On the right, Tom Ince. On the left, Harry Wilson. Number 9, Chris Martin. Vidra has to be in that team. Yeah, but Vidra left after 1 good year. And Russell, I always felt, didn't hit the heights he should have done. He was captain at Blackburn. Yes, he was. Rumour has it the Red Bull investment. The Red Bull is the investment, but I think that's why the market. Yeah, I agree, Diesel. I agree. I think Jackson, Rooney, Osborne. Yeah, I don't think Jackson will. Mate, it was with you for the first half last night, my first follow along, and enjoyed it. Keep up the good work. Appreciate that, Lord Salty. Hope you are okay, mate. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. I'd take 4 or 5 million for Ebu. Yeah, same. So did Mount. What did Mount do, Matt? What did Matt do? Who was on loan? Yeah, Mount was on loan. Cheers. Should we sell Wilson if he's not signed? Yes. I want Jackson to leave. He's shocking. Yeah, I'd like Jackson to leave, but I don't think he will. George Thorne was class. A shame he was. I genuinely believe if George Thorne wasn't injured, I think he'd have gone on to play for England. Think either Fozzie or Clark should be named captain. That will depend on what happens with Ebu. It will. That'll be the big sort of talking point. It'll be, is Ebu still a starter? Is Ebu still part of the team? And I don't want Niambi to play for us, honestly. I don't think he will do once Johnston comes in. He's good enough defensively, but doesn't offer enough on the other end for me. I'd have Indiakas in my all-time 11 from my lifetime, supporting and watching the Rams, pretty much guaranteed a goal. Yeah. With all players fit, does that not give us 7 forward players before Jackson? Right. So, Morris, Adjumang, Selverson, Blackett, Taylor, Rhian Brewster, Bobby Clark, Andreas Feynman. Yeah, it does. Poom, Carbonari, Stimac, Lawrenson, Ashley Cole, Aranio, Indiakas, Hughes, Rooney, One Shot, Dean, Sturridge, Fair. I don't see everyone's problem with Jackson. He isn't that bad. In terms of Jackson, it's not that he's bad at football. It's just that he's not very effective, in my opinion. Heavy on that take. Who is your favourite current Derby player? Mine is probably Morris, but it changes a lot. My current favourite player is Kenzo, but I think the best player is Carlton Morris at the moment. I second that. Lewis, George Thorne absolutely oozed Prem class. What a player he was. It was. Such a shame. Can't drop Vigil though. He's my favourite player. Fair. Jackson should go before anyone. We will see. Kenzo's my favourite as well. Yeah, I love Kenzo. I just think there's something about Kenzo that is unreal. He just needs the opportunity. Come on, John Eustace. Play him in central midfield next to David Ozo. Well, he's not going to do that now, is he? He's just put in Lewis Travis. But where is Kenzo going to fit in the team? No idea. I've genuinely got no idea, to be honest with you, mate. Indiakas and Rajak, yeah, 2 very good players. Thanks, mate. Being subbed a while. Promotion, here we come. Fingers crossed. Appreciate the subscribe as well. Really appreciate you stopping by this evening. Also think Kenzo might go as well with all the midfielders fit. Yeah, he could play Cam. Do you know something? It genuinely depends on where Eustace sees him playing. If Eustace doesn't see him as that further forward, there's definitely an opportunity he could move on. Everyone predicts Derby to lose against Ipswich. We have to prove them wrong. I don't think Ipswich have been that good so far this season, but we'll see what happens. They should have been slaughtered on opening day. So, do you know my TikTok? I don't, DCFC Dex. I may have scrolled past it on the FYP at some point. Kenzo will go out on loan to League One. I think he might end up... I think if he leaves, he goes permanent and it'll be Holland. Couldn't Kenzo be played in the 10 role, Ozo Travis behind? Yes, but then what? Oh, actually, no, that works. You could play Ozo Travis, Kenzo, Clark on the left, Brewster on the right, Morris through the middle. You could do that. Hey, mate, Burnley fan here. Unlucky last night. We absolutely hammered you the last 20 minutes. Yeah, I think it was always clear the way that game was going to end, Harry, but it was a good game nonetheless. I was quite happy with our performance for the most part. Where do you think Derby will come this season? I've said 9th. Are you live tomorrow night? Yes, I should be. Richard. Dejon Brown finally announced. Let's see what Derby have had to say then in regards to Dejon Brown. If you give me a... Dex, if you go over to TikTok now and comment in my TikTok chat, I'll have a look at it. I don't get Derby notifications on my PC, which makes no sense. Dejon Brown has joined Sky Bet League One side. Have they given anything? Yeah, they've not really given a great deal of anything. To be honest with you, it wouldn't surprise me if this is a loan that gives the opportunity for Dej to move on. Kenzo is better CDM. Kenzo's better as like an 8. So if you play like 4-3-3, maybe not Kenzo as the 10, but you play like Ozo as the deepest or Travis as the deepest, and then you have Kenzo and someone just ahead, if that makes sense. Do you reckon Travis and Brewster will start against Ipswich? Brewster maybe, Travis probably not. I think Travis will come off the bench. There we go, there you are. Let me just take a look at this edit. Give me a second. Right, why is everything gone onto this screen? Give me a second, I've just lost all my screens. Right. Yes, I have seen it. Kenzo's best position IMO is next to Jackson on the bench. Fair. Appreciate the follow, Andrew. I'll drop you a follow as well, Dex. Why not? Appreciate the follow, Dex. Welcome in, mate. But with that, there is no place for Ibu. I think Ibu will move on. Not this summer, but I think he'll move on. Zetterstrom, Beck, Clark, Langas, Johnston, Ibu, Travis, Brewster, Blackett, Taylor, Morris and Ajman. Yeah. Lewis, are you going to do a video about Brown to Port Vale? I will. I don't know if it will come out tomorrow, but I will do. I might just do a transfer update video with obviously Travis, Johnston, obviously Dej going out on loan, and obviously everything that's going on with that. Obviously the Canos stuff as well. Lewis, random question, but can you tell us your best joke? I'll be completely honest, Richard. I don't really tell jokes. I'm not a jokey guy. I'm quite serious. I don't know if that comes across, but I can be quite serious. Can you follow me, please? What am I following you for, Jake? Ibu's only good at tackling, spot on. What do you reckon with Sanderson? To be fair, playing a bit better. He's been better the last couple of games. Evening all, hope you're doing well, Lewis. Great to Travis has signed. Ibu will move on come January if not getting regular game time. I don't disagree. You're pretty much spot on with that, Daniel, for me. I do believe. Appreciate the roses, Dex. That's only just come up. People still flaming Sanderson for what I thought. I thought he was great against Burnley. I thought he's been good the last couple, to be honest, mate. A derby being linked with anyone else. Sergi Canos is the one at the moment. And there's a couple of people that keep saying Dane Scarlett, but I've not seen anything myself, if that makes sense. Appreciate the follow, Kieran. Welcome in, mate. Hope you are okay. What formation will we play when everyone is back? 4-2-3-1, I think. Ajimang's back in training today, Fourthy. I would keep Ibu, especially with our injury record recently. We need squad players. Yeah, I agree we need squad players, but I don't necessarily think he'll want to be a squad player. What do you think of Stoke? I think you'll have a good season this year. My biggest flex is you liking my edit, by the way. I'm not that big, Monty. Don't get me wrong, 2,700 people is a lot of people, but that shouldn't be your biggest flex. A bishop, an imam and a rabbit walk into a bar. The rabbit says, I think I might be a typo. I think I've missed the punchline. Do you think Morris and Ajimang play together? I think it's definitely a possibility, Matt. Definitely a possibility. Definitely a possibility. Because at the end of the day, we've now got, what, 4 strikers who can all play and are all very, very good strikers as well. It's just about being able to maximise them. We should play all 25 players at the same time and batter the opposition. Yeah, why not? Why not? We need wingers, yeah. Where would Brewster fit into a 4-2-3-1? Brewster would either play in the 10 or on the right. Who's out of contract at the end of the year? Elder, Rooney, Nelson, Bart, O'Donnell, Vickers. Don't know if I said Wilson, but Wilson, Osborne, Jackson and Ward. What type of clothes does a house wear? A dress? That's a good one. That's a good one, Jay. That's a good one. So there's a fair few out of contract this year. There's going to be big turnover again this summer. Whatever happens, there's going to be big turnover. What are your thoughts on Max Bird and the IMO terrible reception he got when he came on for Bristol City? I think if he started, he'd have got a better reception. if I'm honest. Appreciate the coins, appreciate that. Reckons that will go. No, I don't. Vyman, yeah, Vyman as well. I forgot about Vyman. Those of you in the YouTube, in the TikTok, in the Twitch, make sure you hit like and follow. On Twitch, we're trying to hit, I think I need 25 for whatever, is it called partner, whatever. So we're trying to hit that over on Twitch. Obviously TikTok, need 10,000 before we worry about anything on there. Bishop's a religious figure in Christianity. I get it now. I'm not very good with my religion side of things, let's put it that way. I say we just put Lewis Everett at striker. We should be good. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Thoughts on Sanderson now? I think he's had a decent couple of games, but let's see if he can keep it on. How long until Johnston signs? I think it'll be tomorrow. If it's not at 7, I think it'll be tomorrow. Yeah, affiliate McLovin, that's it. Where are Derby getting their money from? So we've got investment coming, and also we're absolutely massive. Partner is verification. Yeah, I get that. I don't really understand how the back end of Twitch works, I'm not going to lie. But we're just like multi-streaming, see what happens. Appreciate the new follower, McLovin. Welcome in over on Twitch. Any truth in Zetterstrom to Brentford? There is truth that they're interested, but in terms of a bid coming forward, we are yet to see one. Are Blackburn fans gone now? It appears that way. I don't think he's good enough. Right now, I think he's okay. I think he's good backup. How long until we play back 4? How long until Corey Blackett-Taylor's fit? About 4 weeks, I'd probably say then. I'm mates with the new Red Bull owners. Fair enough. Do you think we will win Saturday? I'd like to say yes, but I don't know. I really don't know. What is the worst goal we have ever conceded that you've seen live? What is the worst goal that we've ever conceded? I'm not sure, you know. I'm genuinely not sure. I don't know. It'd have to be in the Koku period. It would have to be in the Koku period. It would. Yeah, Zamora, that's a good one. Zamora at Wembley. Sonny Bradley. Oh, Wigan. Both games. Was it Wigan at home? Wigan at home was ridiculous. What other transfer moves do we actually think are going to happen for Derby then? Because we've got to get a winger if we want to play a back 4. So I don't know. Our strongest team really is a 4-4-2. If we want to be brutally honest. So, I don't know. We're in a difficult spot. We are in a difficult spot. But we do have good players. I think people are going to go back and find my tweet about Dejon Brown from a year ago. Let me just bookmark it so that I can do it before them. What were the Blackburn fans just saw? Yeah, they were. Too bad Cioto went QPR. Yeah, it's one of those things. We just need wingers, literally. Yeah, Ben, you say I'm talking nonsense, right? But let's put our best team out, right? Back 4. Let's say Beck, Clark, Langas, Wilson right now. Maybe Johnston when he signs. Your midfield 4. Go Brewster on the right. Travis and Ozo as your 2 centre mids. Right? You've then got Clark on the left. You've then got Morris and Adjumang as your 2 strikers. So, realistically, it's a 4-4-2. Matt Clark was brilliant last night. Yeah, I like Matt Clark. He's decent. Any chance Rodrigo will join? Not Derby County. Bobby Clark must start Saturday after last night's performance. I think he will do, to be honest. Worst goal, maybe during Jules' reign? Probably. Does Clark play out wide now? Bobby Clark can play wide and central. Bobby Clark can. When is Johnston set to sign? He's doing his medical today, apparently. 4-4-2 is a horrible formation. Yeah, I agree. 4-4-2 is a horrible formation. But if it gets the job done, it gets the job done. We got good players, but we just can't win. I don't know why. Because most of our good players are actually not fit and haven't really played. Worst goal we've ever conceded for me was Millwall home last season. Last minute shot comes in easy. I completely forgot about the Millwall goal. I can't even picture it. Clark is a central midfielder, mate. 4-2-3-1. Agyemang wide is what he'll play. You do realise that Bobby Clark played on the left for his debut against West Brom. Also played on the left when he came on against Bristol City. Pretty sure he came on the left when he came on in the home game against Coventry as well. Last night, yes, he was playing more centrally because we were playing a back three, but again, was off the left-hand side. So, and ultimately, he can play off the left. So, you know what's funny? I was talking to a person live about how Bobby Clark's not strong enough. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was me. Do you think Sergi Canos will sign? I'm not sure. It depends on if we put the right bid in. I think he played up front to last season, Matt Clark. Who is this Rodrigo? People are saying we could sign. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's from Real Madrid. It won't happen. Oh, Christ. Don't remind me of that, Richard. If we play 4 at the back, where does that leave Nelson? B team, Stephen. B team. B team. That's where Nelson will be. I've got a video coming out about Curtis Nelson and Kane Wilson next week. Because at the end of the day, I don't think Nelson stays, personally. I think John Eustace needs to find a formation that works and stick to it. Well, he would if he didn't keep getting players injured. Nelson's better than Sanderson. We don't know if he is on return from ACL. That's the problem. He's on return from ACL. Wouldn't be able to get Rodrigo's dog to sign, let alone him. Exactly. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be going to Spurs for like 70 million or something, but we'll see what happens with that one. We will. Bobby Clark is too small. We'll get out-muscled in some of the more physical games against bigger teams. Do you know something? I don't necessarily disagree that he's small, right? But I think it's his movement and technicality that will sort of move him out of those sort of trouble positions, if that makes sense, Richard. So, like, if you look at last night, he used his ability on the ball to beat the defender and give himself a one-on-one opportunity. So I don't necessarily think we should look too much into his size. I think once fit, he'll like ruin players for me. Can you start streaming till 8? Once sort of like, well, Friday onwards, we're going to have like games to play and stuff. So we're going to be on like Xbox and stuff like that. So from then onwards, I'll probably be streaming a lot longer than like the hour that I've been doing recently. What about Derby, best goal you've seen live? Well, I'm going to say 2. Tom Lawrence's goal was Sheffield United at home for me. But then honourable mentions, Hayden Roberts and what's his name? Hayden Roberts and Lewis Dobbins goals. Nelson will probably leave 2. There are a few who won't fit in the... Yeah, I agree, Dan. I agree 100%. Hayden Roberts against Shrewsbury, 22-23. Yeah, great goal. Bobby Clark is weak, very good technical ability. Yeah, I agree with that. What happened to the links with the Bristol Rovers midfielder? We ended up getting Travis, Ozo, and Bobby Clark instead, so we didn't need him. He's not necessarily small, he's just not big. Yeah, I agree. What games do you play on Xbox? So on Friday, I'll be streaming NBA 2K26. And I've pre-ordered FC26. There's other games that I'll probably play in the future as well. I will be up for taking suggestions. Imagine being in the Championship. Part and parcel of football. Bielik. What? Oh, Bielik's bicycle kick against Birmingham. Bobby Clark made Joe Worrell look amok. Exactly. I think Joe Ward, Ben Osborne, Curtis Nelson, a few others, maybe even Jake Rooney, if he doesn't go out on loan, will be used for the B team. Yeah, I agree, Richard. Let's do this. Do you reckon Man United are in league next season? They'll be in the Prem. They won't go down. Are the gaming videos going to be on gaming channel or main channel? They'll be on the gaming channel. They will. I'm pretty sure if I put in exclamation mark YouTube, all my channels should come up on here. Give me 1 second. I'm not sure if it'll work. Does that work? It might not work. Dashboard. I don't think it's worked. Give me a second. Let me just sort this out. Yeah, they'll be on YouTube. Appreciate the follow, Poco. Hope you're okay, mate. Rooney was another player who played well. Yeah, I agree. How much did you buy Travis for? 1.2 million, but it could rise to 3. Appreciate the follow, Dan. Welcome in, mate. Just couldn't do it without one more player, could you? Well, we might have to take your goalkeeper next, mate. So, permissions, moderators, user management, channel guidelines. Do I even have any moderators? Streamlabs is a moderator. I don't want to... Am I one of the most frequent people who come in this? Yeah, you are actually. You have to be. Notice you every night. What do you mean rise? It can rise to £3 million with add-ons and stuff like that. It says it's active on YouTube. Symbol protection. Commands. Exclamation mark YouTube. I don't know why it ain't working. Settings. Let me try it again. Let me see if this works. Exclamation mark you. I've done it. I've spelled it wrong. Appreciate the follow, DCFC. Appreciate the follow, Faz. Let's do that. There we go. It works on Twitch. It just don't work on YouTube. I'm not sure why it don't work on YouTube. Brown gone to fail. Good move him. Yeah, absolutely. Great move. To be fair, don't mind Derby. Right, well, stop being a knob then, Triple. Same Richard. Yeah, TJ, you're another one who's in here all the time. Are you two going to be stopping by when we do the gaming stuff as well? Because even though I am like playing games and stuff, I will also be like chatting to chat, and you're decent guys to talk to at the end of the day, so... Well said, Lewis. Absolutely, DCFC. Couldn't say it better, could I? So, I don't know why the command ain't working. But we'll deal with that. We'll deal with that when I get off. Who's your favourite PL manager? Eddie Howe for me, closely followed by David Moyes. I love David Moyes. Who else? I'd probably have to say David Moyes. Just something about him. Don't think height is in midfield is necessarily all that important. Mount and Wilson under lamps were magnificent. Just use that. Yeah, I agree, Dan. I agree. Have you seen Deja's gone to Port Vale? Yeah. Lewis, I'll be perfectly honest, I'm not too bothered about the gaming side of things, but we'll come and chat to you. Yeah. I like, even though I'm gaming, I don't want it to be sort of a thing of everything's about the game. Like, I'll talk about anything, genuinely. New to this, how do I follow you? There should be a button somewhere. I think it's next to my name, where it will say follow. You just click the button. Are you gutted? Will Forrest do it? No, I'm not really. Has Brown gone Vale? Yes, he has. You have to admit, Derby becoming 24-25 Blackburn. Yeah, but I'm not bothered about that. Lewis, you want to play some Warzone when you start doing the game stuff? Yeah, might hop on it. Cobra. Definitely are. Why am I, Matt? I'm not fussed. Will Travis coming in, does he take over captain? I don't know, to be fair. I don't think he will straight away. Maybe long term he will. But starting off with, I don't think he will, to be honest. It's a difficult one, really, for me. So, like, because, like, obviously, he is a leader. Is Ibu going? I'm not entirely sure. There's obviously a possibility that he could go, but obviously there's no confirmation of him going anywhere or anything like that. What games are you going to play? So on Friday, NBA 2K26 comes out, which is a basketball game, which we're going to be playing. Appreciate the follow, Carlton Morris. Enjoy a welcome in, mate. Travis is perfect signing. Personally, exactly what we needed. Yeah, I completely agree. So we're going to be doing 2K26. We're going to be doing 2K26 on Friday. FC26 will be played as well when that comes out. And then realistically, I'm just like, I'll take suggestions for games and stuff as well. It's like, I'm not like I'm stuck to one specific game or anything like that. Like, my plan is that I'll just do anything, if that makes sense. I don't want my streams to be... Realistically, I don't want my streams or my content to be directed on one thing. Like, obviously, if you look at my channel now, it's mainly noted for... obviously Derby and stuff, and obviously to get to a bit to grow to where I want to be, I need to do other things as well. So we are going to be bringing gaming and stuff to the channel. We are appreciate the follow, Triple L, welcome in, mate. Hope you are okay. But yeah, so when I do the streams, Richard, it'll be on this channel. It will. What I'll do with the gaming channel is I'll like post videos from the streams, if that makes sense. So I'll record all my gaming channel stuff live on stream. I will, because it's a way to build an audience as well. And obviously these live streams, like, I'm not going to give you like direct numbers or anything like that. What are your thoughts on 16-year-old Rio Nagoma scoring 100? It was an unbelievable goal. He's a very good player, isn't he? When did you start supporting Derby? Straight out the womb. Straight out the womb. Who is your fave player right now? Parky, are we talking like Derby player, or are we talking like player in the world? Because obviously they're different answers. Any takeaways from last night? Thought it was our best performance of the season. Yeah, I completely agree. 100% our best performance. Obviously, it's just the defensive sloppiness that caused a few problems late on, but we will see. Anyone you think we should sign? I'd like Sergi Canos, but obviously any winger will do for me. It will. Any winger will do. Any winger will do. Content overview. Subscribers. See more. So, yeah, let's break it down to content. So, we go over here. Dropped in, give you like, great channel. Appreciate that. Player world. So, my favourite player in the world, I'd probably say Jude Bellingham, to be honest. Any winger better than Caden Jackson. He hasn't played well recently. In terms of Caden Jackson, I just don't think I don't think he's a player that we need. I think it was the wrong sort of signing last summer. Sergi Canos looks really good. Is an exciting one. Would love to see him at Derby. Yeah, me too. Yeah, everybody hit like, hit subscribe, everything like that. Obviously on the channel, we're trying to hit, I think it's like 3,000 by the end of the year. So if you can hit like and subscribe, please make sure you do. Could we get Johnston tonight? Yes, we could. And if we do, I will be live, whether that be now or a new live stream. I will be. Great goal from Bobby Clark last night. Superb touch. Then dink in. Absolutely. What's your YouTube? Don't think I'm subbed. If you type in my name, it should be the same logo as YouTube, as TikTok. Sorry. Jude Bellingham is a boring one in my opinion. Mine's probably fair enough. Do you know something? I am a bit boring when it comes to players, to be fair. Could have had a penalty in the first half. Yeah, second half, definitely. I'm not sure about first. Great goal. Our build-up play for the goal last night really pleased me. Yeah, 100%. It just shows where we could go. I know a bit of a personal question. How do you cope games with your autism? I know it's personal, so no pressure to answer. We'll see if we relate, as I have autism too. Patter, yeah, I wasn't entirely sure what you meant, to be honest, MH. So I do struggle with games, I'm not going to lie. But it's one of those things that sort of, as time has gone on, it's like the consistency for me. If things are consistent, I can make it work. It's like, before I started streaming, right, I streamed, I think it was once, maybe twice, before I started streaming. And I used to be absolutely, like, I was terrified. I've always wanted to stream, right? But I was always absolutely terrified that no one would watch or anything like that. And just subbed, hope helps. Derby a great club. Appreciate that, mate. Welcome in. But it's just a case of consistency and trying to do things over and over again. And with each time, you sort of learn a way to cope around it, if that makes sense, Richard. It's difficult, but we will see. Can we get Rams Talk versus Lewis on Misfits? Why would I scrap Rams Talk? Do they not like me or something? Your content is great. It's where I get my Derby info. Yeah, I want to keep this channel, like my main channel and my TikTok and stuff, as like my Derby stuff. But I want, like, long term, I want like a gaming channel, like talk about F1 and stuff like that. So obviously, like, I'm going to start doing like gaming on here to sort of build the audience over there. You'd go on podcasts with them, you know. I've thought that before. Do you know something? I know Jake. I've played in a charity game a couple of times with Jake. And like, I'm pretty sure he has my phone number. If he wants to ask, he can ask. I'm not saying I'll do it, but if he wants to ask, he can. I'm not like, that's just part and parcel. See, Brown has gone to Port Vale on loan. Yes, he has. I think that's a good move for him, Gary. What about you? I still think there'll be more incomings with wingers coming in. Zetterstrom to stay, as 3 million wouldn't even merit a Derby response. Yeah, if 3 million came in, I'd ignore it. I've checked, following all your accounts. Appreciate that, Ethan. Are you subscribed to all the accounts on YouTube as well? I think Rooney got a loan agreed to League One. I think he'll end up going, yeah. Great move for player in club, Vale. Yeah, I agree. There's obviously, like, in terms of loan move, you just want the player to go out and get minutes, don't you? So, like, Dejon Brown is going to get minutes at Port Vale. So for me, it's the right thing to do, if that makes sense. So we will wait and see. I still think, hang on, your Derby content and channel is now creating an important hub for fellow fans to keep up to date. Absolutely, Dan. And that's what I want this channel to be. I want it to be a Derby channel, but I also want, like, other avenues that I can go down as well. I don't just want to be sort of stuck within one niche sort of thing, if that makes sense. What position did you play in that charity match, and did you score an assist? How did you play? So the first one, I played full 90, I'm pretty sure, in midfield. I didn't score. We got absolutely trounced, but none of us knew each other. None of us had played with each other or really spoke to each other outside of, like, social media before. The second game, I came on probably about half an hour into the game, and within about 5 minutes got absolutely crunched, and my ankle proper bubbled up, to be honest. What would you take for Zetterstrom? About 6 minimum. Is Johnston tonight? Hopefully, fingers crossed. I can't lie, I would only sell Ibu if it's 8 million. I'd take 5, if I'm honest. Hope maxing out soon. Fingers crossed. Sub to your gaming F1 channels already sub to main. Appreciate that, mate. Can we expect any more sales? Potentially, yeah. What are your thoughts on Brown going to Vale? I think it's a great move for him. I do. Agreed. Good moves. Needs to play regularly. Absolutely. Who did you play in the charity matches? I think one of the teams was Eastwood, and then one of Eastwood and Kimberley. They're like their charity team, and then we played against St. Martin's staff. But Eastwood and Kimberley, they all play together Saturday and Sunday anyway. So they all knew each other, which was why we got battered. The St. Martin's game was a much better game, but I was dead and buried after like my 10 minutes on the pitch. Apparently another player going on loan from the first team. Who do you reckon? Jake Rooney. I went to St. Martin's. Did ya? Are we linked with any loans? We usually make late loan signings such as Dobbin. I think loan-wise, I don't know if we'll make another one, unless it's a winger. When's Abu? What's that, Antonio? Rooney will go MK Dons. Warren loves him. Maybe. Yeah, my PE teacher played that charity match, I think. Only loan I can see is Gordon. Maybe. Who is your teacher, MH? Thoughts on us possibly bringing in that Spanish winger? I think it's a good signing. If Derby kind of get it, I think it's a good signing. I'm not going to lie. I think it's a good move, personally. I go to St Martin's Lewis. What staff played in the game? I'm going to be completely honest with you. I can't remember Ryan. Yeah. I remember him. Mosley. I remember him. I can't really remember names. If people say faces, I'll be all right. Can we only have a max of 5 loans in the matchday squad? Yes. But we can have as many loans as we want in the squad. Spanish winger, yeah, it's Sergi Canos, Charlie. Sergi Canos. When's Ibuka back? For about 4 weeks. About 4 weeks, Antonio. We're about 4 weeks away from seeing Ibuka and Blackett Taylor back within the squad. I'm assuming, as none of you have mentioned it, I'm assuming we've not had an update on Max Johnston this evening. So, that is fine. That means we can ignore that for a second. It does. We can turn Twitter off just for a minute. Did Ben... I think he did. I've got a programme somewhere with all the names on the back. What do you think the team will be like Saturday? Zetterstrom in goal. Back 5 of Ward. Ward on the right. I'd then go Sanderson, Bart, Clark, Elder on... Well, it'll be either Elder or Fozzie on the left. It depends if Elder's fit. Then... we had, I think it'll be Ozo and Travis as the midfield 2, with Clark, Brewster and Morris as the 3 up front. I don't see why Kenzo isn't being used with Ibu and Ozo behind him, or Travis. Yeah, Kenzo. I agree on that one. I think Ben did play Richard, if I remember rightly. I think. Will Travis be available for Saturday? Yes, yeah. Unless he's picked up an injury that we don't know about, yeah. What about Wilson? I don't think Wilson's fit enough to start yet. Do you think anyone else will go out on loan? Jake Rooney, I think. I'm BTW in the TikTok chat. Oh, you're MH, are you, Mark? Appreciate that. Can you try and find that programme with all the names on the back? All the players, as I think I'll know quite a few of the staff as I go to St. Martin's. Yeah, I can try and find it. I don't think it's in here, though. I think it's in my bedroom. I think Travis will be on the bench. It could be. I'm not quite sure. I feel like Travis is a good sign. I just don't think Jay should drop Ibu. A bit silly if he does. I don't necessarily think it's silly, to be honest. When everyone is fit, the season starts. Absolutely. The season genuinely doesn't start until after the international break. That's the way I'm putting it anyway. While the international break is... while we haven't got everyone fit, we don't need to worry about it. Ibu's good, don't get me wrong, but he does have his flaws. Yes, and the flaws are pretty big. I've actually got a video. Obviously, some of you will know, some of you won't. I go on holiday next week. I've got a video of Ibu, about Ibu, and why he may be dropped. Mainly passing. Yeah, just having the ball. That's his biggest problem. It's having the ball. It is. So, who knows where we might end up? Who knows where Ibu might end up? His passing is awful. I agree. Pardon me. Think Sanderson got a lot of hate for his performance against Stoke, but since then has been silent. I agree. He's a good ball winner, but when he gets the ball, he ain't got a Scooby. Exactly. That's always been my point about Ibu. Can you give us any inkling of where you are going on holiday? I think it's a 7-hour flight. Around 7-hour flight. And that's going to be stress. Let's put it that way. Do you think Johnston is announced tonight? I'm not sure. Dubai, good guess. I'd like to say he is, but I don't know. Love Ibu, but he's a passion merchant. Technically not the best. Yeah, Ibu is literally Ibu and Shinny are the same people. They're loved because of their passion and their endeavour, but not necessarily because they're good. Promotion is back, of course. It would make sense too tonight. Yeah, I don't disagree. It's just one of them moves where if we announce it tonight, he'll train tomorrow. But he can train and, what's it called? He can be signed without being announced. Like, the clubs have no obligation in order to post it. Ibu was one of our best finishers last season somehow. Do you want... Yeah, but the problem is, that's because he was the only person that actually made an effort to get in the box. Maybe Ibu to MK Dons to join up with Warren again. That would be an interesting move. I can't see it happening, though, to be honest. I kind of want it to be announced tomorrow. Yeah, if it's not announced tonight, I'll be live again tomorrow to talk about it. So, Ibu is bad on the ball, but good off. Yes, he is. Does get some vital goals. Yeah. Late Johnston announcement like Sonny Bradley. It could happen. It could happen. You saw it last night with Ibu passing. Could have played in Brewster, but fluffed it. Yeah, it happens. And the thing is, that's one of my biggest issues with Ibu Adams. It's that we can get into some really good positions, but because he's the one that's on the ball, it puts us a little bit in the shit. Got to go now, Lewis. Top live stream. See you tomorrow, mate. Another top stream. Appreciate that, Richard. Hope you have a good evening, mate. You can't make a 3-yard pass. Let's be exactly. And that's my biggest problem. I love Ibu Adams for his passion, his endeavour, but he can't make... He's not very good on the ball, and that's sort of what you need in the Championship. You need to be able to make things happen. Ibu was decent on the ball last season. I don't think he was, to be honest, Joe. I'm not going to lie. If he can improve on the ball, then he'll be one of the best midfielders in the league. If he was good on the ball, he'd be playing in the Premier League. He'd be playing in the Premier League. I feel like we are stalling when we've got the ball, making an extra pass when it's not needed. And I think that comes from not having players to play those proper passes, if that makes sense. But I think he's way too good for any other league. I think he's a top level League One mid-table championship for me. The reason he appeared so well is just because, yeah, I agree. Big up Lewis Travis, absolutely BJ. I don't know why people are giving shit about Ibu. He is brilliant at CDM, but Travis is good. Yeah, we'll see what happens with Ibu, because a lot could happen. He has got a tiny bit of flair, though. He tries fancy stuff. It doesn't always come off, it doesn't, to be honest. Signing will be tomorrow now for Johnston. They probably want to give each player their moment in interviews. Well, you could say that, but didn't we sign 2 in one day? Bobby Clark and Dejon Sanderson were signed within an hour of each other. I know, because I was on live. Brewster looks really good. His passing is so nice. Yeah, I agree. He doesn't get injured easily, which is the best part. And that's the reason, Ethan, why I think he'll still have a role to play this season. Even if he isn't a starter, I still think he'll have a role to play. Is Max Johnston good on the ball? Does anybody know? Johnston is good. Johnson and Kane Wilson are pretty much the same player. Very good in an attacking standpoint. Defensively, not necessarily. He doesn't need to be fancy. He wins most tackles, always plays for fouls, wins majority. Yeah. As I said, he's good at what he does, but what he doesn't do is very important in this division for me. If Ibu didn't have his passion, I don't think we would have made his move permanent. If Ibu didn't have his passion, he wouldn't be half the player he is today. Wouldn't be half the player. Not even close. He wouldn't. And that's kind of the situation. It is. I would hope for 3.5 milli. What? For Ibu? He's brave in the air, always goes for the ball all the time. Yeah. Lewis Travis and David Oza will be cooking in CDM. I agree. He's still in non-league without his passion. Yeah, 100%. I actually despise Derby taking all our players, and now Trav. Part and parcel of the game, Billy. Part and parcel of the game. Did we overpay for Ibu? I don't think we should have paid anything more than £1 million. And I think we paid 500 with add-ons up to £1 million, so maybe not. You need that passion in the champ. Yeah, but you also need the other side of it to go with it, in my opinion, Joe. Here we go, Blackburn fans come in. Yeah, Billy, have you got any mates? Get them in. Get them in. When will Max Johnston be announced? I'd imagine it'll either be 9 or it'll be in the morning. Derby massive, they are. Do you run a podcast? I run a YouTube channel called Lewis Everett. We talk all about Derby County, live streams. It's exactly the same as what you're seeing here, but from a different angle over here. I answer all the questions over there, questions over here. But no, I don't have like a pod. It's not like a podcast per se. It's like a mini podcast, I guess. Like 10-minute videos. That's sort of my aim. It is. New investment to be announced after the window. I agree. Not trying to put you on the spot, but you said you would take 8 mil for Ibu, but you said he's League One. I'd take 8 mil for Ibu, not because he's, not because he is worth 8 million, but because, like, we're not going to sell him, if that makes sense. How much do you reckon the investment is? No idea, to be fair. His value to Derby, yes, Joe. That's it. That's what I mean. It's more his value to Derby than what I think Ibu is worth. Like, with him being a starter at the moment and being captain, and is arguably one of the key players at the squad, so it would be, for me, you judge it on that. It's like, who else? Who have we sold? Erin Cashin wasn't a £10 million player, but we made £10 million because that's what he was worth to us for me. Do we know what is happening with Zetterstrom? Because really, I think Vickers is better. Is Zetterstrom going Brentford or any news on him? We're literally waiting on Zetterstrom to get confirmation in regards to a bid. At the moment, we've not had that, which sort of means nothing's happening at the moment. Do I think Vickers is better? I'm not entirely sure. So, do you know the lads over at Rams Talk? You'd be a great guest on there. I know Jake and Jamie, but I don't know if they'd want me on. Let's put it that way. When do you think? No, he plays in the 10. Hang on. We were linked with Max Johnston. Yeah, he looks a great player. Who do we reckon investment is the question? I've got no idea. Bobby should start. Agree. He plays in the 10, so I don't think Travis will affect him playing Brewster and Morris in front of him. But then who are you dropping Ozo? Because, like, who are you dropping to put Brewster in and Travis without dropping Ibu? When do you think Johnston's being announced? I'd say tomorrow. Like, Grealish wasn't worth 100 mil, but to Villa he was. Absolutely. That would go Brentford, I agree. He just needs to work on his distribution. Yeah. I don't think we would sell Zetterstrom with the time remaining in the window. Only if the right offer comes in and we get a replacement. Brewster for Jackson, yeah. But then where does Travis go? Who does Travis replace? Thompson, yeah. 3 in the middle of Ibu, Travis and Ozo. But where's your creativity? That's the thing that sort of frustrates me with the whole Ibu discussion is if you go Ibu, Ozo and Travis, you don't have a creative midfielder for me. How many more signings? I'd probably say, if you include Max Johnston, I'd say 3. I think 3. But honestly, I've got no idea. Like, we could end up making 6 and letting players go. So, but our squad is the problem. He's not being played in the right place. He's still new to the league. 2 wingers, hopefully. Yeah, I agree. Ozo on Friday was one of the only ones in the first half who wanted to go forward. Yeah, but Ozo isn't your sort of creative spark. Either way, Ibu or Ozo has to be dropped at this moment in time. It has to be Ibu. I agree. Ibu gets dropped. Travis, Ozo, Brewster, Clark. Yeah, I'd go with that. I think 2 more after Max. Yeah, that's about what I think, Andy. He's probably our best player. Ozo is, yeah. Ozo's 100% our best player. No doubt about it in my mind. But I think the winger we bring in is going to be a loan signing. I think one will be loan. I think one will be permanent, if that makes sense. So Max permanent, a loan, and then another permanent. Should we talk about Joe Ward? He put in a great performance last night. He did. He was very good last night. I just worry about his future, to be honest. Where's the Max Johnston announcement? Awaiting. Well, that's what we're waiting for. The fact he's 20 and our best player. Yeah, it's unreal. I think Barry. Barry? Who thought Louis Barry? He's gone Sheffield United, unfortunately. I really don't think we're going to make a signing after Johnston. I don't know why. It wouldn't be surprising. I think Ozo's been messing with the ball, maybe trying too hard. I think he's just lacking a bit of match sharpness, but I'm not sure. Defo alone winger, yeah. Thoughts on Ruben Sellers? Personally want him sacked. Quick time. The bloke's a clueless helmet. I wanted him at Derby last season, but I'm now glad that we didn't get him. Let's put it that way. Max Johnston probably announced tomorrow. Yeah, that's what I'd imagine. Deja's gone on loan to Port Vale. He has. It's a good move. Bobby looks good. Feel like he's missing. Also something we've been missing. Yeah. Bobby gives me Mount vibes. Yeah, Ethan's just said the same thing. Someone at work was saying Mark Wright was leading a consortium for takeover. I've not heard anything on this else though, so probably silly rumblings. Yeah, probably silly rumblings, that one. Is Harness a done deal yet? Who said Harness was a done deal? I think we could try get Tom Lawrence because he's a free agent. Maybe, worst case scenario, dodge the bullet, mate. Honestly, the worst football I've seen in years. Well, he was decent at Hull, wasn't he? But Hull? No. Reading, but it's just not gone to plan. He went to Huddersfield. He did. Don't want Lawrence. I'd only take Lawrence in a worst case scenario. So he's not joining. No. He's at Huddersfield. He signed for Huddersfield with Lee Grant. I don't think it was ever like a thing that he was joining us, to be honest, Ashley. Saramento from Brighton. Would he come to the Championship, though? Lee Grant, former... Yeah. Appreciate the coins. Appreciate all of that. What is it you actually gift? I don't actually know what you're gifting, but I appreciate it. Saka from Arsenal on a free. Fuck it, go for it. Brown going to League One is a great move. Yeah, I agree. He'll get game time as well, which makes it even better. Saka. Give me Bukayo Saka. Wouldn't take Lawrence back. That ship has sailed. Yeah, it probably has, to be fair. Thought Grant was at United. No, Grant was at Ipswich Town with Kieran McKenna. He then left Ipswich to join Huddersfield. Would you take Chamberlain? Yeah, but I don't think we could afford him, if I'm honest. Wouldn't take Lawrence back. Ship has sailed. It's an awkward one. It's purely a worst case scenario for me. What do you think of Marriott going Reading? Marriott's career has really petered off since he left Peterborough, really. He's a free agent. What? Chamberlain's a free agent? I thought he was still at... he was in Turkey, I think. But I'm not sure. Won't be signing anyone from abroad now. If Frank started a striker... Don't get me started, Charlie. Do not get me started. I'm not free all day, every day, so it's hard to keep up. Fair. Dejon Sanderson had a good game last night. Every player played well. Couldn't name the worst player. No, I actually thought we played well last night. I'm not going to lie. Probably one of our best performances this season, I think, personally. He had his contract terminated today. Fair enough. Amruz was component. Yeah, he was. Imagine we get playoff final versus Cov. Frank would start a team with strikers. Do you know something? He will never make that mistake again. He'll never make that mistake again. He'll never risk it. He'll just put the injured players on. He'll just do it. He will. Right, now, everybody. I have been live for just over an hour. Obviously, I heard we are in for a former academy product that's at Liverpool, but that was only on X. Yeah, you're looking at Sergi Canos, Ashley. How was your chippy tea, lol? Oh, it was beautiful, mate. It was beautiful. Right, I am going to hop off because I need to go and have something to eat. If Johnston does sign, I will be back on live tonight. So obviously, if it does happen, let me know. Obviously, you can come and jump in and stuff like that. Marriott to Reading, if he stays fit, he'll be useful. Otherwise, it will not work out. I agree. Right, so appreciate you all coming by. Appreciate the follow. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate every one of you on TikTok. We've had a really good day today in terms of follows and things like that. Appreciate you all stopping by. And I will catch you in the next one. It'll either be later on today or tomorrow, whenever Johnston signs. We'll be there in the evening, but hopefully it'll be tonight. But yeah, I will catch you all next time. Thank you all for stopping by. I will see you in a bit. Right, over to YouTube. Thank you all for stopping by. Check out Kitbag, NordVPN, and CD keys in the description. Appreciate you all stopping by. It's obviously really nice to speak to you all, really nice to see you all, and I hope to see you again tomorrow at some point. So if you haven't done so already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next stream. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye. My buttons aren't working. That one. No, it's that one.